cut down this deficit to just 14 points.
Gino, what do you have for us?
Gako signed a one-year deal with BMEG, partly due to the injuries of Pingris, Raimundo, and Rivas. Jerwin, who averages 6.5 points per game and dropped 10 points in their last outing, Coach George said that the rest of the team have helped him and is learning the system and have welcomed him with open arms. He expects his hustle, his defense, and rebounding to help BMEG in their attempt to retain the title. Back to you, Nico and Kinito.
Not at all surprising, especially for fans who followed Gako since his LaSalle playing days. He's always been a very intense player. Same goes for Meyerhofer, who attacks and scores off the glass.
And Meyerhofer and Gako were actually teammates at LaSalle. Some of the other teammates of Gako were Joseph Yo and Mac Macatona. Nagkabot pa sila.
Here's Cortez pulling up, missing. If BMEG brings a couple of baskets here, we will have a ball game. Here's Adukul. I mean, mustering all the strength, just not enough. And they wrestle for the basketball. And now they're wrestling with each other. Ayan, gusto ni Hatfield. Ito yung mga napapanood ko sa wrestling.
And Rudy Hatfield, he's a sportsman. You're watching there. He plays ferociously, but you know he respects his opponents.
It's a takedown.
And it's a pin. Yun. Oh, that's right. That's a pin. That's 1, 2, 3.
That's the call here. I think they'll re-jump. We'll do it again. And Val Acuña could not secure it. Nakuha ni JC Intal. Fresh possession here for Ginebra with under 5 minutes to go in the fourth. Ginebra trying to keep BMEG at bay. Missed by Miller. And Meyerhofer dives for that ball. Napunta kay Miller. Kick out Intal. And Henterbrand says, bakit ba tayo nagmamadali?
What fierce action we're watching. And this is the way the game should be played. You notice, referees hindi sila tumawag ng foul, huh?
Here's Intal. 6 to shoot. Intal. Drop pass. Hatfield scores.
Intal is down, but he's happy. He kept the ball moving, found the open man.
Si Meyerhofer ang tinawagan ng foul. His first. Here's that drop pass. Intal to Hatfield. Ginebra still in control of this ball game. Back in a moment.
What his role is. It's rebound, defend, run the floor, and that's what I've been trying to tell some of the players is find a niche in the game where you can help the team because hindi naman pwede tayong lahat scorers, and Rudy's found a great niche, Willie Wilson's found a great niche. They don't compete with the scorers, and that's how they earn their living.
Well, the thing about Rudy Hatfield, you know exactly what you'll get out of Rudy in a game.
Well, to paraphrase what Coach Wichiko said, it's a matter of defining the roles of every player. And that's key. That's important. Naintindihan ng mga player kung anong dapat nilang gawin para hindi sila nagkakagulo sa loob. By the way, I want to take this opportunity to thank the City Mayor of Panabo, Mayor Jose Silvosa, Sr., also City Engineer, Engineer Glenn Olandria, for hosting the PBA in that game kahapon, San Miguel versus Powerade. Also invited me to speak at the Davao del Norte State College. Talked about sports being a valuable facet of life, and want to be able to say thank you again for hosting the PBA.
I'm sure the lives of the students that listen to you will be changed forever.
No.
For the better, of course.
Almost. Hatfield's so active in looking for baskets because nabibigyan siya ng bola ng teammates.
Foul is against Roger Yap, his fourth personal. 3.5 remaining in the fourth and final quarter. Ginebra looking for their second straight win after dismantling Barako Ball last Friday. Samantalang ang BMEG Derby Ace, they were hoping to score 2 wins in a row after claiming their first victory of the tournament against the Meralco Bolts last Wednesday. There's a push coming from JJ Helterbrand. Well, we saw a brief rally para sa BMEG Derby Ace early in the fourth quarter. They had a couple of defensive stops. Val Acuña connected with the triple to give them a glimmer of hope. But their shooting woes and perhaps more importantly, their defense that allowed Ginebra to just attack and drive and score became their undoing. So the fourth personal against Villanueva. Right now, Peter Jun Simon on the line. Things will not get any easier para sa BMEG Derby Ace. Ang kanilang susunod na kalaban, the San Miguel Beermen, happening on October 30th, Saturday. We'll have a Saturday doubleheader actually dito sa Araneta Coliseum. So abangan niyo po yan. We'll see if BMEG can bounce back with a vengeance.
And on Halloween Sunday, I think our second game at the Araneta will be Alaska versus Talking Tex. And once upon a time, those were the only 2 undefeated teams in the league. But now no more. Both have suffered defeats. That still should be a great matchup.
Meyerhofer swats that shot away. But really, as far as energy goes, Rudy and Rico, Meyerhofer that is, parang mirror image. Yung kanilang enthusiasm and energy for the game. Quite very similar.
That's right. In the way they play the game, they're so intense. Malaking diferensya lang yung kaha, no?
Ay namin naman ni Meyerhofer yun. Sa timbang wala siyang laban.
And Happy was able to power his way inside, get those offensive rebounds, and score on putbacks. While ang asset naman ni Meyerhofer, yung flexibility niya with his long arms, he's a much better shot blocker than Rudy Hatfield. Talking about shot blocking, is exactly what we just saw.
And that's how Rico blocks shots. Sigurista. Kung hindi aabutin ng kaliwang kamay, yung kanang kamay nakaabang din. Normally, when players block shot, isang kamay lang, strong hand lang. But with Rico, he's now telling Rudy, pare, idol kita eh. Matagal na. 2:43 remaining here. Ginebra on its way to scoring back-to-back wins dito sa Philippine Cup. Miller, Helterbrand. Helterbrand started it all with that 5-0 burst in the opening period. And Villanueva with a spin. Shot was deflected by Meyerhofer, and here's Kagiwa, put back, no go. Meyerhofer getting the rebound, losing his balance, but holding on to the basketball. And here's Simon on the move, and they'll give him the 2 points.
And if you're Coach George Gallet, you've got to be happy because his players are fighting. Down to the last second, they're playing hard. They're going to go down in defeat. But what was once a 28-point lead is just down to 12.
Here's Miller, Villanueva.
Oh, yes.
That's probably the only way one can score over the outstretched arms of Meyerhofer. Just brute force.
Power. That's how you neutralize his intimidating presence.
But look at this Meyerhofer. With losing his balance, hounded by 2 defenders, but he still held on to that ball for dear life.
And you notice he kept his feet planted on the floor. Otherwise, he would have been called for traveling.
Meyerhofer actually has a great awareness for the game.
Yeah.
Always aware of time remaining. Always aware of the situation on the floor.
It's called basketball IQ. And Meyerhofer, second overall draft pick last year to Japet Aguilar, certainly earned his Rookie of the Year honor. But as far as this game is concerned, all Barangay Ginebra right from the get-go.
Right from the get-go. They finished the first half 28-11 and then finished the first half 47-29. And hindi na talaga nakalapit ang BMig Derby Ace. Despite a semblance of a rally in the fourth, which we saw, but just could not sustain it. And it's hard to get back in the game if James Yap is struggling from the field. Nearly impossible.
That's right. And this particular game is a game where they really miss the services of Kirby Raimundo, Mark Pingris, and Rafi Rivas. If they had a full complement against Barangay Ginebra, we wouldn't know who would win this game. Of course, wala din si Eric Mick, no? Tsaka si Yancy Del Campo, hindi rin nakalaro for Barangay Ginebra. So two bigs of Ginebra sitting out the action here. But precisely, nung uy! Airball din ah.
Napagod na yata kaka-rebound si... I think Meyerhofer has 12 rebounds, if I'm not mistaken. 14, I'm sorry, Rico. 14 rebounds.
Oh, look at this baseball pitch, an easy 2 points. And Wilson scoring. Yun, breakdown on the defense ng BMeg that time. At yung sinasabi ko kanina about Coach Joseph Pacheco, that he knew what he was up against, because he knew what he was working on. And here's another 2 points for Willie Wilson. He knew that hindi makakalaro sina Eric Menk at saka si Yancy Del Campo. So ang stress niya rito, bilisan na laro. He made sure that the guards, his guards, were under control of this game. They certainly were.
I think the BMeg coaching staff did not like seeing Rico flying for the block in an inconsequential possession. Delikado yun, muntik na siya kasi bumagsak dun sa goal support. A lot of players get injured that way. I saw George Gallant shaking his head. Kaya again, si Meyerhofer is really very energetic whatever the situation. Ginebra's next opponent will be the Rain or Shine and Last of Painters na natalo kanina sa Meralco 87-79. So if you're Rain or Shine Kanita and you're watching, you're scouting this game, you have reason to worry too.
Oh, Barangay Ginebra looks really solid here. We still don't know whether Yancy Del Campo and Eric Menk will be able to play the next game. But I thought it was a solid defensive effort on the part of Ginebra. They got good team play from the guards and magandang combination nila. And the most important thing, they're trusting each other and they're enjoying themselves on the floor. They're very comfortable with each other now.
Here's the final score. Ginebra 93, BMeg Derby Ace 82. Biggest lead was at 30 points para sa Ginebra. We'll be back with more in a moment.
Welcome back to the PBA, and I am now with the player of the game, Rudy Hatfield, with 14 points and 12 rebounds. Rudy, what can you tell us about your matchup against Rico Meyerhofer?
The guy can really jump. He's long, he's lanky, he's active. He's a good young player. I'm sure in the years to come he's going to be even better, continue to get better.
And it's no secret that you love wrestling. And a while ago you treated everybody to a glimpse of what your wrestling life would have been when you took down Romero Ducal and pinned him. What was that?
I gotta say that I think he taps. I had him in a reverse knee bar and I locked the ankle, but I don't know. They didn't see it. The ref let us get up. We should have continued the way it goes, but it's all that's all good. The thing about it is, us as Ginebra, we've really been disappointing our Ginebra nation out there with the way we've been playing, with how we've been losing games, and it's been an ugly mess. Today is just a great way to kind of get back into the swing of things. We're nowhere where we need to be to win a championship, but you know what? We're going to continue to do it, and I promise the Ginebra fans you're going to see something special.
All right, thank you, Rudy. Congratulations. You gotta love the passion. Back to you, Rico and Finito.
I will give Rudy 5,000 points for rhetorical excellence from Rudy Hatfield, and his honesty is also quite impressive.
And only Cheska could have brought that out of him. And also that question about wrestling. Definitely that lit the fire in his belly.
But sinabi ni Rudy that they realize they're disappointing their fans in their first few games, but they're on track now and they're ready really for serious business. Wednesday, we hope to see you again. We'll be back here inside the Big Dome. Talking Text meets Powerade. San Miguel collides with Alaska, happening on Wednesday inside the Big Dome. And again, our final scores tonight. Meralco over Rain or Shine 87-79, and Ginebra dominating this game from start to finish against BMig Derby Ace 93-82. For Jessica Litton, Gino Rufino, my partner